Hey, Bolo Buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so a member of my Facebook group requested a Bolo video on cookbooks. So I've done a little research and I'm going to show you guys what I found. I basically found three different areas for cookbooks and cooking recipe type deals that are bolos. Not a whole lot, but the ones that are selling good. So I'm going to share those with you. Not going to be a super long video, but any other requests for videos on certain bolo categories, please let me know. I'd be happy to look those up for you and post a video. If you're not in my Facebook group, you can check in the description down below. I'll have a link. And if you would like to be featured, please check below and you can watch a video on how to be featured on my channel. All right, we are going to get started here. So the main one that I really like are the recipe boxes. And these are super cool. These are handwritten recipes. Some are typed, but you can see here, they're just boxes of recipes. And I don't know, I wonder if these can be shipped media mail. Anybody know? Because they do have the containers. But I don't know. I don't know if they fall into the media mail category or not. So comment below and let me know what you think. These sold for $130.50 and had 33 bids. And all of the ones I'm going to show you are auctions. And the reason I do that is because I feel like this shows that it had 33 bids. If an item has one bid, I don't typically show it just because I feel like maybe the seller got lucky. And I like things where there's multiple bids per item. Let's see what the seller started the auction at. $9.99. So it went up to $130.50, and you can see there were 4 people bidding on this, and it was a 10-day auction. The next, I guess, in this category of items to be on the lookout for under cookbooks, antique cookbooks. I'm not saying every antique cookbook, but it seems to be that the higher priced, higher selling items are antique. So they're older and they're very fancy. They've got neat pictures. This sold for $155.50 with 29 bids and free shipping. So I'm guessing this can go media mail because it's a book. And this does say home, beauty, and medical. So I'm not sure if it maybe gets a little more in depth than just being a cookbook. Maybe there are recipes to help with a medical condition. Not really sure. This one, again, is an antique cookbook, 1889. Pretty cool. The seller is showing pictures of the inside. And, you know, this one looks to have some damage, you know, just from age, but pretty cool. More photos and description. Anyway, this one sold for $118.49 with 26 bids and free shipping. Now, this is a lot of recipe cookbooks, like brochures, papers, food guides, notebooks. So they're little like pamphlet type deals, not complete books or, well, if they are, they're like the little small books. So you can see this is quite a big lot. And this sold for $102.50 with 14 bids plus shipping. So I did see some others like this and they did not go as high. So I'm not sure. I guess maybe you just get lucky and somebody sees something in your lot that they want. This was started at $5.99 with 4 unique bidders and 14 bids. All right, here's another antique cookbook, and this was 1854. So very, very cool. I'm going to scroll down to see if there's more there's no more photos. That's weird. I find that interesting that this sold for the amount that it sold for with only 1 picture. But I know that sometimes people use like other apps or whatever, and I think when it sells, maybe they have to pull the pictures. So maybe that's what happened. The seller has a lot of feedback, so I don't imagine that they only use one picture. Either way, this book sold for $106.50 with 32 bids plus shipping. More recipe, handwritten, clipped in their file boxes. So I don't know. Anybody know why these go for so much? I mean, what if you couldn't read the writing? I mean, I guess you could probably read that. But maybe people are just looking for like a homemade, like special like recipe that's just so good. I don't know. I don't cook. I'm a horrible cook, I think. I guess if I follow a recipe, it'll say that it's going to take 30 minutes and it takes me like an hour. And I'm like, who has time to cook? But anyway, I do enjoy the meal after I make it, but typically the process is very, very long for me. I'm not very good at it. So I shouldn't say I don't like to cook. I just feel like I don't have enough time to cook. Anyway, this sold for $85 with 11 bids plus shipping. All right. This book has popped up multiple times. So if you see this book, get it. Okay. And I'm going to show you why I say that. This one is actually in the shrink wrap. That is why this one went for so much. It sold for $95 with 38 bids. And I'm just curious what the seller started this at. $5.95. So that one is pretty cool. Again, only one photo. More recipes. There's 350 recipes. This one went for $76 with 6 bids. More recipes. Now look how many is in this lot. Okay, so this is a big lot. And it's probably going to be heavy because it's got this wood thing back here and all the boxes. So shipping is higher. So I'm guessing that's probably why this didn't go for as much. Maybe the seller would have done better had they pulled out maybe some of the boxes. I don't know. But it only went for $40 with 6 bids, which granted, if they got these for $5, $40 is still a great profit. So, all right, this one's kind of cool. This is a vintage handwritten notebook stuffed with old recipes and clippings, which looks extremely like, might be a little hard to read. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. All right, let's go back in. Sorry, I was trying to look at that picture. I just want to show you guys how, I mean, you can read it, but it's in rough shape. And it went for $56 with 8 bids plus shipping. Okay, so here's another Betty Crocker cookbook. If you see this one, this is first edition, 4th printing. So it went for $54 with 14 bids. This is just a 1964 cookbook from South Florida. This one only had 3 bids, but it just goes to show you that sometimes it's just 2 people, or let's see, I'm guessing it was 2 unique bidders. Yep, 2 with 3 bids. So it only takes 2 people to want your item. And then, you know, it's not a huge bolo, but $36 for a cookbook's pretty good in my opinion. You can usually pick these up for $1 or $2. So you just have to decide if you want to take a chance that it's going to sell, number one, because otherwise you may have a house full of cookbooks. All right, here's the Betty Crocker New Picture Cookbook again. This one sold for $31. So if you see this cookbook, definitely grab it. Here's another one. This one sold for $34. This one sold for $33. Now, I am going to go into what I showed you. Let's go to auctions first. And I'm under highest price. And as you can see, these are the ones I showed you. You've got the recipe boxes, the antique books, the brochures. This one I didn't show you because it only has 1 bid. But these are the Time Life Foods of the World spiral cookbooks. It went for $100. So, I mean, if you see them, I would definitely consider it, but it wasn't like there was a bidding war for them. But $100 is $100, right? So here's another antique cookbook. But what I want to show you is, I'm just going to scroll through and show you the top ones here. I mean, we're getting down to 57. I don't know if I showed you that one. So there's another first edition, 6th printing. Again, only one bid, but $49 for that. I mean, that looks like just a bunch of somebody's box of stuff. Here's another one. That's funny. 3 inches. Okay, so wait, look here. So here's 81 vintage cookbooks, and it went for $15, but shipping's high, you know? So anyway, let's go into lowest first, because I don't want you guys to think that all these cookbooks are going to make you guys tons of money, because look, $1.04 free shipping, $1.10 free shipping. I mean, I think they probably paid money. They lost money. You know, they had to ship it. That's probably not going to cover the shipping. I don't understand this. It's funny. I ordered something the other day and it was super cheap. It was like window decals, and I want to pay, I can't think of what I paid for it, like $6 with free shipping, and they shipped it in a envelope, and I think the shipping was like $10. And I'm like, they totally paid me. They didn't pay me, but they didn't even make any money. They lost money. I don't understand it. I wanted to message the seller and be like, what is your business plan here? Like, you are losing money, not like $1. You're losing like $3 or $4. So it was really confusing to me. Does anybody understand what's going on with that? I know that I've heard people say they're trying to get their feedback up and stuff like that, but I don't think this seller had low feedback. I'll have to dig into that a little more. I may just email them because I'm really just curious. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of recipe books go for not much at all. Let's put in Betty Crocker, because those seem to be, the vintage Betty Crocker books seem to be the ones that sell for a decent amount. But right here, you know, you can see some are still going for 99 cents. So, and then here's the Betty Crocker book that I just told you to look for, 99 cents plus shipping, but it does say read description. So let's read the description. It says, this was my grandma's. It has been used. It has clippings of other recipes in it, and I have no clue if it has all the original pages. It has a lot of character. The party book will come with it. There were smokers in the house, so it does have a smoke smell to it. It is in fair to poor condition. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. Smoke smell. A lot of people don't want something that smells like smoke, especially probably in their kitchen. So that could have hurt it. It also said that they're not sure if it has all the pages. So that probably hurt that listing also, because that cookbook typically has pretty good comps. I'm just scrolling through here. So again, I'm at lowest first. Gonna see if I saw any more of those. I just picked up, it looks kind of like this at a garage sale, and I'm hoping maybe it'll do okay, but man, it's taped together. It's not in great shape. I didn't pay much for it, so I think it's actually this one because it's a picture book. So that doesn't look very good, and mine's not in good shape. So anyway, oh, here's another one. Acceptable condition. So I'm guessing acceptable condition probably means it's not in great shape. That one went for $8 plus shipping. Either way, if I see this book, I'm getting it, because most of them are going for $30. Very good, vintage, $13 free shipping, so not great there. Okay, maybe I'll get it if it's $1. Anyway, okay, so now I want to show you, because I was under auctions. Let's go to highest first, accepts offers, and I am under solds. So again, here's the first edition, second printing of this same book. A best offer was accepted. So I can go into, if you guys aren't using Flipper tools, this is a great time to use it. Let's see, did I lose you? All right, are you guys still there? Okay, so if you want to see what it sold for, oh, let's see. Why am I not? Okay, so I'm going to go down here and I am going to grab the item number. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go back to Flipper Tools. This is www.flippertools.com. I use this all the time. I love it. It says eBay best offer, actual selling price. You click on that and you put the number here and you hit OK. And it's going to show you that they took a best offer on this item for $80. So this is another good way to look up comps, but you are going to have that extra step, okay? So I'm looking, I already showed you auctions, so now I'm under accepts offers. So when it has the line slash through it, you need to grab the item number, take it to flippertools.com, put it in that search bar, and it will pull it up. I don't know of any other way to see what it sold for without the extra steps, but I will tell you it's worth the extra steps. This says $64.99 or best offer. It is not marked through, so I'm thinking maybe this went for $64.99. So best offer accepted. I'm not going to look all of them up, but you can see this same cookbook keeps popping up. This looks like another good one. So, I mean, I would say if you're looking for cookbooks, here are two good ones to be on the lookout for. Oh, I'm under Betty Crocker. Let's get out of Betty Crocker and just do vintage cookbook. And like here's a lot of 26. So lotting them up is also an option. These are cards, box dividers, collection, foods of the world. Again, maybe anything foods of the world. Maybe look them up if you see them. Those seem to have decent comps. Let me put in vintage, recipe. Why is that not working? Recipe. Did I spell that wrong? I did. Yes, one of those words. Okay, so vintage recipe. I'm going to go back to auction. Okay, so this is from 1884, but again, it's antique, sold for $265. So that's cocktails. So that's interesting. Recipe sign. So, you know, when you don't have cookbook in there, here's recipes and booklets. So just to give you guys an idea, and you can always go in and search the books individually and check it before you buy it. But I'm going to say Betty Crocker is probably your safest bet. So that is my BOLO video on recipes and cookbooks. So I would be on the lookout for handwritten recipe and cookbooks, or recipes inside the little boxes that are handwritten or typed. The Betty Crocker cookbooks that I showed you in the video, and antique, like the big fancy cookbooks. Those would be my top three if I were looking, when I'm looking. I don't know. Sometimes I skip the books. I know I shouldn't, but I don't like books. But I'm going to be on the lookout for those. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for giving me the idea to do a video on this. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it is helpful. I'm sorry that there are not more BOLOs for this category, but you know, those are three different unique areas that you can look for when searching for recipes or cookbooks. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and have an awesome night.